What's going on, guys? It is Friday, game week 17, people. The last of the Premier League fixtures before everyone heads off for Christmas. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people head off for Christmas, eating turkeys, etc. What is going to happen in this mad competition that we call the Premier League? Who knows? Usually we go through the previous kind of results that I've predicted, but I'm not going to go through all of them because I do have a co-host alongside me at the moment. So I'm just going to say I got 5 results right, 1 correct score, and a goal off from a few other correct scores as well. So it's not too bad, but we do need to improve. Now, remember, Sam, obviously you've been a part of this before, so you already know you get 1 barn burner, you get 1 banana skin, potential games that you can see slipping up. And we've got a couple of interesting fixtures. So we're going to kick things off with the 12:30 kickoff, Aston Villa versus Man City. I mean, I don't know what to make of this. Both teams in pretty shit form. City, as we know, not in great form. Villa fell off the boil a little bit. How do you see this one going? It's hard to predict this. Early kickoff as well.
Yeah, it's a battle of basically who can be the least shit, isn't it? Like that's what this game is. Because...
Which is mad to say, right? About these two teams.
Yeah,
so
this
good.
Last year, probably 2 of the better teams. In the Premier League last year. Yeah, I don't see where a win comes for City. I honestly don't. Like, they look so much worse than sort of people are like. I don't understand why there's not enough media coverage about this collapse of City. There just seems to be nothing. Like, nobody cares. But if this was United and we won won no games in 8 and 1 win out of 10, there'd be fucking uproar. There'd be shit everywhere, but nobody cares. So it's bizarre. Like, I don't understand it. Villa look like they're struggling with Champions League football, don't they? The Europe thing. Been a while since they've had to do that. So yeah, it seems a bit of a struggle. The safe money would be draw, wouldn't it? That'd be the safe money. So I'd probably go for a Desmond. I'll go 2-2. I think there'll be goals, but I think I can't see anybody being good enough to sort of take the game.
Yeah. I've gone a draw as well, but I've gone 1-1. I think they'll both cancel each other out. I think, it's set up for it. You discuss all the dynamics of both sides. I think it's perfectly set up for a draw, so I agree with that. Moving on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we have the mighty Brentford at home to Nottingham Forest. Now, Brentford, I believe, have the best record at home.
Yeah.
They've got an amazing record at home, but Forest won their last away game against us and conceded a couple. So, with that in mind, what do you think?
Brentford, every time Brentford play, there's goals involved. Every single time. Like, no matter what. Like, there's never a 0-0 draw with Brentford. And like you said, the record at home is really good. So I could see something like a 3-2, I think, between these two. I think this might be the barn burner early on. Ooh. I think this is it because Brentford had a game against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. There was goals in that. It's like to see. They had a game. Who did they play? Who did they play at home previously? I can't remember who it was, but that was a fantastic game. Every time Brentford play, it's a great game to watch. And like if I look at the 3 o'clock kickoffs there, I'd probably go watch Brentford because I know it's going to be a great game. And Forest are in great. Forest are in great form. What are they? 5th in the table, 4th in the table,
4th.
Like they're flying. They beat us, like you said. So yeah, but I think maybe Brentford edge it. I think 3-2. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Brentford will just get it.
I've actually gone with a 2-2 as well, so that's not too far off from that result. The main reason for it, I think Forest, there's something about them this season. They're not like amazing.
No.
But they've just got, I think what we lack at times and what a lot of other teams lack is consistency. And maybe it's a thing to do with, because they're not in Europe or anything. But they have, like, Chris Wood always plays. It's always Gibbs White, always, the Milinkovic at the back. They've just got solid consistency. Yeah,
and they've got like players they can bring in like Hudson-Odoi, Ilanga, the fullback Murillo. Like they've got some decent players in there who are playing extremely well at the minute, and they will put up a fight. Like as we saw against us, like they beat us. So yeah, I can see him. I can see him definitely putting a fight up. But Brentford's home record is quite stunning, so that's why I gave the edge to Brentford.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a 2-2. We'll move on to Ipswich Newcastle. Again, I feel like Newcastle at home are amazing. Like they can beat anyone. Genuinely, we've seen it with PSG. You saw the fight they gave Liverpool the other day. But then away,
beat Brentford in the cup the other day as well.
Yeah, like But away, that's when I start to question. That's where the inconsistencies have come. And I know Ipswich can always get a goal. So with Isaac in the form that he's in at the minute, I think Newcastle just edged this 2-1, I would probably say.
I'm thinking a draw. I think 1-1. Because like you said, Ipswich, they can get a goal, but they don't seem to be able to like put a game away. Like when they have won, it's been 1-0, hasn't it? Like they haven't won by like multiple goals. And like you said, Newcastle struggle away. So I think 1-1 draw, I think.
Oh man, this Premier League's mad, isn't it? It's so hard to, because I genuinely looking at all these fixtures now, and I did it last week. And I was looking at the results after it. I'm like, how the fuck has that game ended up like that? It's so hard to predict. Like, in comparison to the German league, Spanish league, it is the most mixed pack of teams you'll ever see. Well, genuinely,
you look at Forest; they're doing extremely well this season, and they went to City, who are absolutely shit, and they lost 3-0.
Yeah,
and you
beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, where's that come from? Like, how's that happened? So, yeah.
I've got another hard one here to predict, because West Ham have picked up a couple of wins in the past couple of games, and Brighton have started to go down a bit of a slippery slope. But I think simply because of that narrative, I think Brighton will bounce back and show the quality, and I think they'll beat West Ham 3-1.
I think Brighton are the better team on paper, but I think West Ham have got a couple of guys who sort of step up. Bowen steps up, Kudus. Paqueta. He's been a bit quiet recently, but he is a very good player, so it could be interesting. I think Brighton just edge it. I think Brighton 2-1. But yeah, I like the way Hurtsler plays. I really like Brighton. Like definitely one of my favourite teams to watch. I really enjoy the way they sort of thing. And Danny Welbeck having a renaissance. I'm all about that.
Well, they're one of the teams a lot of people was kind of putting head-to-head with Nottingham Forest, because it was both 4th and 5th as the ones to potentially push up into that Champions League. I don't see it. I don't see him doing it now, but I agree with you. I like the football that they play. So, Brighton, for both of us at least, edges it there. 5:30, we have a repeat of the Carabao Cup fixture that's just been done. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Quite a close competitive fixture in that game. Obviously, Arsenal ended up winning it 3-2. But both teams haven't lost in their last 5 games as well, so coming into it in relatively good form. I don't know with Arsenal, because you look at that Everton game, it's like they weren't great, but then you'd expect a bounce back surely for this title, chasing the title.
They did rotate quite heavily, didn't they, against in the cup? So you'd expect they put a bit of a stronger team out this time. Gabriel seems to be off it, doesn't he? Just doesn't seem to be.
Not Gabriel Jesus, just scored a hat trick.
No, apparently that's his first goal like this season.
Wow.
Madness. Yeah, Gabriel has been out of form. Like they're struggling. Saka seems to be the only one producing. And that's it. Havertz has died off, Danny, in terms of goals. So it's a bit weird. And then Crystal Palace seems to be hitting form at the right time. Like we were saying, Glasner's job was on the line, but now he seems to be getting a tune out of him. Players are sort of coming through. Mateta scoring again. So I might go for this for the banana skin. You know what? I might go for the banana skin. I think I say Crystal Palace might beat Arsenal.
Might beat him. I thought he was going to go with a draw.
Yeah. No, I think Crystal Palace can beat him. I'm going to go 1-0 Crystal Palace.
Oh, wow, that would be a banana skin.
Yeah.
I don't think Arsenal win comfortably, but I have put them for a win 2-1. Just because I would be so surprised if they went and lost again or dropped points again. But then again, the season's just been like that, and it's been full of them, those kind of things. So, yeah, I can see your perspective on that. Right, let's go on to Super Sunday then. I wouldn't say it's that super. There's one game that's really good. I mean, Everton-Chelsea is a decent one. And this is my banana skin, would you believe it? I know Chelsea are absolutely flying at the moment, but I think Everton have just had this good news with the is it the Kings takeover? Yeah, that's right. The takeover, I feel like there's going to be a good atmosphere. Obviously, Goodison Park, and they've got a good defensive record. I don't know. I know Chelsea got a lot of firepower, but do I have to commit to the banana? Because I could say Chelsea 2-0, but then I'm thinking I'll go with the 1-1. Everton Chelsea 1-1. I'll stick with me.
Okay.
Me guns.
I just think Chelsea are going to walk over them. Like I just think, I think they're really, really good. They're starting to come into sort of title contention. City have fallen away. Arsenal are inconsistent, so they look like if they could put a run together, they might be able to sort of push Liverpool a little bit. So, do you think
they're capable of winning the title this year?
I think they're capable. But they have to depend on Liverpool dropping points, don't they? That's what they're gonna have to wait for. And Liverpool don't drop points that often. I know they dropped 2 points against Fulham, But they still look good even when they went down to 10 men, to be fair to them. So I think it's going to be very difficult to sort of chase them down. But yeah, I think Chelsea 3-0 at Everton. I don't see any way back for Everton.
Nice.
Sorry, Alex, if you're watching.
Yeah. Right. Fulham, Southampton's the other 2:00 kickoff. I would say this is pretty straightforward. Southampton, 9 times out of 10, you do get the odd one where they put in a decent performance. I mean, they've just sacked the manager, haven't they, Russell Martin?
Got a new one now, though, haven't they?
A new one.
I don't think he'll be in place.
Juric, is it? Who's coming in, I think, from managed clubs in Italy. Obviously, they've got a caretaker there at the minute. I mean, they might pop a bit of a fight, but I think Fulham have been really, really good this season. So I've gone 2-0.
Yeah, I think maybe Southampton. I'll give Southampton a goal. I'll say 2-1. Yeah, I think give Southampton a goal. But yeah, Fulham will look like we'll touch on United, Bournemouth later. Bournemouth are another really good team this season. Yeah. Fulham have been excellent this season as well. So yeah, Fulham win easy.
Yeah, I think Marco Silva deserves huge credit for what he's done there, and the team that he's got clicking at the minute. Yeah,
good players as well. Anthony Robinson, the striker, Jimenez, the
Pereira's even cooking for him.
Pereira's cooking. Yeah. And Sander Berge looks good. Iwobi's been on fire as well. Like they've got some good players, man. So yeah, they're doing well.
Okay. Leicester versus Wolves. We've got a relegation scrap, like Jonathan Ross. A relegation scrap on our hands. It's a huge game for both teams. Obviously, you've got Rude, who's just settling in there at the moment. And then you've got Wolves, who've just sacked Gary O'Neill as well. Thoughts?
New manager won't be there, will he, for Wolves? I believe the guy Pereira. Is it Pereira? Is that his name?
It's that. Yeah, it's that geezer. Have you read into him, by the way?
Like, yeah, he's a weird dude, isn't he?
Weird.
He's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another show. Well, I don't know what is up with Wolves because their team that they've got and the football that they played under Gary O'Neill was excellent, but they just could not get a win for love nor money. Like it was bizarre, but they got some really good players. Cunha's a really good player.
Yep. Aït-Nouri, another one.
Aït-Nouri, Lamina's been playing well, and then at the end of the games, the last couple of games, they've lost the Reds and started fights, haven't they? Just kicked off
scrapping.
Like bizarre. And then Leicester, I don't know what to expect from Rude because he won his first game, didn't he? But then he got absolutely battered by Newcastle. Was it like 4-0 or something like that? Yeah. So I don't know. It's got a draw written all over it, this one, hasn't it, really?
Have we both gone with the same one? Are you gone 1-1?
I've got 1-1, yeah.
I've gone 1-1 as well. Yeah. Leicester Wolves 1-1.
I hope Rude wins for Rude's sake. But,
yeah, for sure. Right. United and Bournemouth, I think we can leave because we're going to do the preview for that.
We can do the preview. So please do, after you've watched this video, and if you're on Saturday and you've watched this video, the preview for Bournemouth United should be up, so go watch that for our full sort of analysis of that.
Yeah, check it out. We'll leave that one. This is the game of the weekend by an absolute million miles, and this is my barn burner. Get ready for fucking fireworks. Tottenham versus Liverpool. 12 goals from each team in the last 5 games. Spurs, as we know from last night, I mean, they're so open at the back, it's ridiculous. Liverpool themselves, a lot of question marks on Robertson, a couple of other players, Kwanzaa. But what do you think? Is this going to be similar to the Chelsea game, do you think?
I think Liverpool will win, but I definitely think there's a shit ton of goals in this game. Like, I think it could be like, I think it could. I don't know if I'm going to predict 4-3, but I think it could be like that kind of, like 6-7 game thriller.
Yeah.
Like, I think it could be up there with that sort of thing. But I think Liverpool will get over the line because Spurs, I have no idea about Spurs anymore. Every time I watch them, there's a different team that comes out. They get absolutely whooped by Chelsea after going 2-0 up. And then they absolutely put a beating on City. So it's just, I've no idea what to expect from Spurs. So I'm going to kind of just lean into the fact that Liverpool are in a really good form. And even with 10 men against Fulham, they got a point.
Impressive.
So, yeah, that was horrible. So, let's go 4-3. Fuck it. 4-3 Liverpool. I think there's goals in this.
I think that's fair because against Chelsea, Tottenham scored 3. They scored 4 against Villa. They scored 4 against Man City. They scored 4 against us yesterday. They do score a lot of goals.
But they do concede a lot of goals.
Yeah. Spurs at home as well. I'll go 3-2 Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah. 3-2 Liverpool. I think that's fair. But that is by a million miles. Like I said, that's by far the game of the weekend that I'm looking forward to most, other than Man United against Bournemouth.
How funny it would be if it's just a really shit 0-0 draw.
I just can't see it. Really can't see it. But look, this is our predictions. You guys who are watching, get your predictions in. Challenge us in the comments. Let us know which game you're excited for most and where the potential banana skin or the barn burner could appear. Thank you very much for watching Premier League predictions, game week 17. Smash a like in the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you later.